Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Climb the Ladder, episode 9, I believe. We got the Earlham boys, we got Lanci twins on TikTok, and we got Max. Is it Max Freeze or Max Fries? Freeze. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the first question of this podcast episode. So, why don't all you guys tell me a little bit about your baseball journey up to this point?
Yeah, so I can start with that. So I've been playing baseball probably just like everyone else when I was 8 or 9 years old. Came up, got really serious about it my freshman year of high school. That I actually wanted to play in college because I played, all the sports growing up. Football, basketball, soccer when I was little, all that good stuff. But once I got to high school, as I got to be more, mature and getting to know what I wanted to do, I decided baseball is the way to go. So I only focused on baseball my senior year, but up to that I played everything from football to basketball.
All right, what about you guys?
So, I've been playing baseball since, I don't even know, I was like 7 years old. Yeah. We both have. We're pretty serious about it in middle school, just playing, rec leagues, all that. And then we got serious about it in like freshman year of high school. But we were never the only sport we played in high school. We were never, for me personally, it was never that good. Yeah. Like, I didn't play varsity till my senior year. I sat the bench junior year. Got minimal opportunities, but I always knew I wanted to play in college, and I got an opportunity to go NAIA to Cincinnati Christian University, and unfortunately it shut down. Well, thank goodness it shut down, honestly. I was going to transfer anyway, but then I ended up here at Earlham, and it's been like the best experience of my life. So yeah.
Hey, yeah, it's crazy to think about where we're at, playing college baseball, but my journey's kind of similar to you guys, High school baseball wasn't really the best for me, but I played baseball in high school only. Played basketball, hockey, all that growing up, but strictly baseball now. But yeah, I didn't play that much in high school. Knew I still wanted to play in the next level, and then yeah, baby, we're at D3. But D3 grinders, baby. But let's go into our next question. We got kind of like the recruiting process. Whoever wants to start, kind of tell me about your recruiting process. Was it easy? Was it hard? Kind of just elaborate on that.
So when I was getting recruited, I was actually the first person in my family to go to college. So it was good for me and my whole family as well as we went about it. But I was set on playing baseball in college, whatever level that looked at. So I looked primarily, smaller schools were reaching out. I had some junior colleges reach out. And I was mostly looking around, I'm from Cincinnati, so I was looking, around the area. So Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, and settled on Earlham. They were pretty middle of the process, so they weren't my first offer, they weren't my last. But I came here and I instantly knew, this is where I was meant to be. The facilities, the coaching, I just thought was top notch. And I had some great experiences at those other visits and things like that. But ultimately, Earlham just sold it to me. And it's been a learning experience for me being the first person to go to college, let alone playing baseball in college, but it's been a great experience nonetheless, and the recruiting process worked out pretty seamlessly for me for, not going through it before.
Yeah, and for us, again, I'll speak on both of us. In high school, we had gone on, I think, 2 visits to NAIA schools. We're from Lexington, Kentucky, so just schools around there. And then Christian ended up shattering his leg.
I broke my leg.
Senior year.
Compound fracture straight through middle of the year. Yeah. I was splitting time at second, and then it was like the 3rd week of the season. So I was done for the year. And kind of any choice we got, or any opportunity we got was going to be the choice.
And then we ended up at Cincinnati Christian. When that shut down, we had to transfer, obviously, and we put a video out on Twitter, like a compilation video. And Coach Zach here at Earlham called us, I think, next day, and was just like, what can I do to get you all on a visit? And after, we had heard from, at that point, we'd been grinding, so we were a lot better than we were in high school. And we'd heard from 60, 70 other coaches, just junior colleges and NAIA, D1s, D3s, D2s, no D1s. But Coach Zach called us, and he was like, you all got to come on a visit. Facilities are awesome. We did, committed almost the same day. So
he's super adamant. He stayed on top and just bugged us for like a week, and then we got here and we fell in love, and now we're here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's kind of how my recruiting process kind of went. The videos nowadays in this generation, they truly can go a long way, because doing a recruitment video was just crazy to me, how you can just make a recruiting video, put it on YouTube, just blast it to like all these college coaches, and then you just hope and pray that one of them just thinks that you're a dog and they want to reach out to you. But yeah, no D1 schools for me. Also, you know, kind of I tore my rotator cuff like junior. It was like going into senior year summer. So like that kind of summer, like I knew something was wrong, and I just felt a pinch like right under my armpit, and I was like, I told my travel coach, and I was like, Coach, like I can't throw a baseball right now. He's like, no, you're fine. So I was like, no, I'm not fine. So he put me out at second base, and I was still getting guys out at second base with the torn rotator cuff. And looking back on it, I probably should have gotten surgery, but you know, we're living through it day by day, and we're still living the dream. So that's good. That's good. But now I'm kind of getting to my next question, and kind of say like, why Division III? Why Division III? A lot of people say, oh, I don't want to go to Division III. I don't want to go to Division III, especially on TikTok. Everybody on TikTok thinks that they're D1 players and everything, and they just don't want nothing to do with D3. But why did you guys end up going to D3?
For me especially, it's just cool to play baseball at the next level, and just hitting that opportunity was obviously like astounding to me. And what also helped me out was, even though they don't offer athletic scholarships, they do ways to get you financially stable to a point where it's not a burden. Because a lot of these are small private schools, so the ticket price can be kind of expensive. But our coach, the financial aid office, they work with you to actually get a plan, even without that athletic scholarship, that's competitive and able to make it an option for you instead of, you know, not playing baseball in college. And that helped out a ton. I mean, coming here and seeing the facilities we had, that was a big step for me too, to realize, wow, like this is college baseball. This is what it's supposed to be about. And for me especially, it's a decision I'd make 100% all over again the same way. Like I'm just very happy with where I am, how I ended up, and I'm blessed to be D3.
I think for us as being transfers, any sort of opportunity was kind of like the prime opportunity, but I think we just kind of got blessed with Coach Sack reaching out to us. And then, I mean, we were debating JUCO, but I mean, once we came here, we were primarily focused on academics because we obviously wanted to get a good academic degree, and then moving forward in our life have something to go from there. But baseball wise, like the facilities here, the team here, everything was better than any other option we had. So a blessing and a curse was transferring at the time, but now it's just been probably the biggest blessing. So D3 kind of saved our careers for sure.
Yeah, going from NAIA D3, especially Earlham, was like
night and day.
Night and day. It was like transferring to a D1 almost. It was just like the best thing we've ever seen.
100%. I just think a lot of people have that mindset of that D1 or bust, and I would be lying if I said that I didn't have that mindset at first as well, going into like high school. Everybody says they're going to D1 when they're going to high school, but at the end of the tunnel, that just may not be the point, and that ended up being the point for me. I sat down with my travel organization like owner, and he was like, listen, like where would you want to go, kind of? And I was like, oh, any D1 school. He's like, listen, told me straight up, like, you're a smart kid, but you probably still don't have the grades for it. You're good at baseball, but you're probably not still that great for it. There's other options than Division I. There's not just D1 or bust. There's other options. Like I saw on Max's TikTok, or it might have been you guys, the Lanci twins. The dude said, I'd rather ride pine in the SEC than play at Division III. Yeah. It's like you would rather like give up like maybe like 50 to 100 ABs per year and then like a lot of innings than just sitting the bench and practicing and going hard, knowing that you're not going to play an inning that weekend. Like that's just crazy to me.
You're there to watch the game from the dugout. I think that's what we responded like.
Yeah, like
you're getting paid, not even getting paid. You get a scholarship to be a student and watch from a dugout. That's it.
It was just a waste of time in my opinion. Like you could have been getting better with other dudes that are just as good as you to even get yourself better and your team better on another like D3 or even D2 roster, however roster you are. But like just playing time. Just get playing time. That's all that we're just trying to do at the end of the day, is go to a place where we can develop good, play a lot, and get good academics. So just because that may be what you want to do doesn't mean that may be what somebody else wants to do. But let's get into our next question. So do you think that D3 baseball players are is there just a different mindset or a different grind or different mentality like within D3 than any other division?
I think it's different because academic is such a high priority. So it's not like you're just going there to play, or D1. I mean, kind of the same, especially for guys who are trying to get to the league. They're just pretty much there to play. For us, we're there to play and we're there for academics. So you got to balance both the full-time student and the full-time athlete.
It's like I heard from a coach one time, the D3 athlete works 10 times harder than the D1 athlete because we have to go from classes all day, shitloads of homework, excuse my language, and then straight to practice, lifting on our own, practice on our own, getting all of our own time, doing it ourselves, while in D1, D2 even, not to hate on them, obviously they're blessed, but they have the talent, the facilities, the coaches, the opportunities to go out in the mornings and just practice with not even a second thought about class and everything. So.
Yep.
Yeah. And I feel like at any level you work in college ball, you're gonna work your butt off every single day at whatever you do because that's what this sport requires. So there's a different grind in that aspect where people think we're a lower level, but we're doing just as much as we can as other people are. We're working just as hard. It's just that college baseball as a whole, whatever level you play, is a grind. And I think there's a lot of respect that comes from that too. If you talk to anyone who gets baseball and understands everything you go through, no matter what level of college you play, that there's a grind in D3, there's a grind in D2, there's a grind in D1, and in D3 we might not get that same recognition, but there's respect given just because of how hard we work and how people understand that.
Yeah, and 100%. People that say that, Division 3 players aren't as good. No, I've seen a lot of D3 pitchers or even ball players that could play at a different level. They're just there for just different reasons than everybody else. They're just like how there's D1 teams out there that could get smoked by D2s or even D3s or JUCOs, anything else. Baseball is just baseball at the end of the day, and I feel like it's such a different game compared to other sports, because I feel like if you put up like a D1 swimming team against a D3, that's probably getting smoked 99 out of 100 times, if not 100. Baseball is baseball. If you play a team 100 times, D1, there's probably going to be a few times where the D3 team gets an edge over the D1, because that's just how baseball is. If you don't show up to play that day, then the other team is going to smack you. So that's just what makes baseball a great game. It's just anybody can win on any kind of day. So
TikTok comments would beg to differ, but
yeah, TikTok is just a different culture. They're just a different culture and different breeds of people.
The no profile pics, no followers.
Yep. Step in the box and try to say something then. That's what I say.
You want trolls.
That's what I say, but it kind of going towards that kind of content-ish or TikTok kind of stuff, but what would you give to kind of your followers or advice just to any kind of younger players trying to get to the next level?
I would say believe in yourself. Don't stop believing in yourself. And I've made a bunch of TikToks on it, bet on yourself, because you never know where it's gonna lead you. You can have that D1 or bust mindset in high school, but you have to be okay with the fact that might not be the reality, but just continue to bet on yourself, because you never know where it's gonna go.
Yeah, I would say you never know when you're going to fully develop, so continue to work every single day that you're working toward that end goal, because you never know when everything's going to click. It could be one random day next week, it could be 2 years from now, but if you continue to work and give into this game and grind for this game, it eventually rewards you. It just might take a little bit longer than some other people. And there's kids, I've talked to kids before, they wonder how did they get recruited in college. I would say there's a school for everybody. You can find the right fit if you're willing to put in the time, the research, go out and meet coaches, text them, cold emails, all that stuff. There's a school out there that you can grow and develop that we've talked about. And I would just say, just work every day for that, and it's eventually going to reward you for sure.
Well, I don't know how to top that, but I just say to be confident in yourself and never take it for granted. You never know when it's going to end. So just like Nathan said, continue better, bet on yourself.
Yeah, like literally 100% couldn't have said it any better. Like a lot of these young players, like I tell them if they come into my DMs or whatever and they say like, oh, any advice to me? I'm a younger player. I'm just like, dude, just have fun. Like a lot of these baseball players growing up now, especially youth, they're so worried about that these travel teams they play on, the money they spend, the tournaments they play at. I'm just like, I'm at that age now where we really don't know how long we have playing this game. Like we could literally play our last game tomorrow, or we could have played it yesterday because we could get hurt today. Like we have no idea when the last time we were going to hang up the cleats. So that's why we always have to go balls to the wall every single day. But the game doesn't always have to be so serious. Like we're there to have fun. And when we were 5 or 6 or 7, 8 or 9, we didn't think about coming to get college scholarships. We thought about just playing the game for fun because we loved the game. So that's kind of like the message I feel like that a lot of people on TikTok like just don't understand, is that we're trying to play this game for fun, and it doesn't always have to be serious, but know when to lock in and to be serious, and then know when to have fun.